Pattaya mayor says he has no ability to help the entertainment industry. Jetsudu Honk Lin reports for Pattaya Mail. Mayor Suntaya Koonplom said he is powerless to reopen the city's bars and entertainment venues, as the decision lies with the central government. Responding to critics, who claim the mayor isn't doing enough to help the devastated entertainment industry, Pattaya's mayor said July 6 that the city must comply with orders and policies set by the government and the Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration. The coronavirus situation in Pattaya remains severe and requires clear, safe measures for residents and tourists, the mayor said. Suntaya acknowledged that bar, entertainment, hospitality and tourism workers have received inadequate aid and compensation, but said there's nothing he can do. Meanwhile, the number of homeless people has increased on Pattaya streets. And while Pattaya Beach Road used to be colourful at night, nowadays it's completely quiet at 8 p.m. Some optimistic bar workers have remained in Pattaya, anxiously waiting for reopening. While the Hot Tuna Bar on Walking Street is abandoned in South Pattaya, as many unemployed people are forced to receive food and water donated by generous people. Others pool their scant resources and share meals with friends. Pattaya proposes moving up the date for reopening to tourism, but hopes dim for even the original October 1st date. From Pattaya Mail. The only thing Pattaya officials, local tourism companies, and associations could agree on at their latest meeting was that the city needs to reopen to foreign tourists soon. How to make that happen, however, remains a mystery. Mayor Suntaya Koonplom had no answers, and no good news for anyone at the July 7 session. The city already had submitted its Pattaya Move On strategy to reopen Pattaya October 1st to the National Security Council, but heard nothing back. With the local economy plummeting, Suntaya said a revised strategy, with a targeted September 1st opening date, now will be submitted. Hopefully, he said, it won't be ignored, but Suntaya noted that the NSC has a lot of other problems, including planning for a possible national lockdown, management of migrant workers at construction camps, and a daily coronavirus caseload that has now reached 7,000 a day. The only way Pattaya can reopen is if 70% of the local population gets vaccinated against COVID-19. But the government is steering the vast majority of its small supply of vaccines to Bangkok, leaving Pattaya's vaccination plan far behind schedule. Suntaya said the city cannot promise people in the tourism industry, pubs, bars, restaurants, and all other nightlife workers an exact time for reopening. As the third COVID-19 wave intensifies, Pattaya food handouts increase. Jetsudu Honk Lin reports for Pattaya Mail. With the third coronavirus wave continuing to pound Pattaya, public food donations are increasing in frequency and intensity, with almost 150 more people lining up Thursday for a meal they otherwise would miss. Pattaya officials oversaw July 8 event, ensuring proper social distancing, with many of those offering food unable to run their own businesses due to the COVID-19 crisis. Somtawin Sangguanam, a motorcycle taxi driver who works on Beach Road, was one of those in line. Somtawin said he earned 500 baht a day before the third wave, but would be lucky to get 100 baht these days. Pattaya Mayor Suntaya Koonplom said the public is welcome to donate food, but should contact City Hall beforehand to obtain permission and assistance in safely organizing events. With little choice of occupations, many people now must depend on free food handouts until things improve. Most hope City Hall sticks to its plans of reopening Pattaya to foreign tourists this fall. Pattaya Update July 2021, There's Not Much to Cheer About. By Barry Kenyon for Pattaya Mail. Local authorities are doing their best to keep up spirits by lobbying the government for more vaccines to create some sort of herd immunity in Greater Pattaya. But the reality of a Pattaya sandbox holiday resort remains a distant prospect as COVID-19 infections continue to escalate nationally and locally. The only queues in Pattaya these days are for charity food handouts or at the Immigration Bureau, following a public holiday, or heavy rains. Not to mention the occasional rush of foreigners, after unfounded rumors on the internet that a vaccination walk-in center has just opened on a first-come first-served basis. It's true, a few new businesses have sprung up. Pattaya Taco Bell, part of the chain specializing in Mexican-inspired food, seems not to be short of customers at the Royal Garden. The legalization of cannabis for specific purposes, not including recreational use, has led to some new initiatives. The Old Weed Man is just about the only shophouse open for business, in an otherwise shuttered walking street. English breakfast options remain surprisingly plentiful, given the decline of the British presence. Facebook's popular breakfast club Pattaya keeps most expat old-timers updated on a range of food-related subjects. All leading venues have their devoted flock of supporters, but a noteworthy addition is Koong's, a tiny fronted eatery on Soi Leng Key, with an unusual choice of homemade sausages. Bars and clubs remain padlocked, and restaurants can't serve alcohol. Well-publicized arrests at Shebeen's, illegal drinking clubs, have led to the arrest locally of over 250 people, including about 70 foreigners. Jail sentences are not the order of the day right now, because of the risk of spreading infections in jails, but foreigners face a fine and mooted warnings about a future blacklisting. This being Thailand, you never know. The heroines of the evening scene are surely the massage parlor girls, mostly female, who sit night after night at the front of empty, but illuminated premises. Customers are thin on the ground to say the least, but they remain more cheerful than could be expected. 2 years ago, Pattaya sported 200 massage parlors, of which about 80 remain open. For how much longer is anyone's guess. Mask wearing by day is comprehensive. All major stores and malls have their own signing-in systems, which usually involve a temperature test. However, the use of tracing apps seems to have been very largely abandoned, and replaced by an optional, manual signing of name and phone number, which is hardly credible. By night, the use of masks is less universal, whilst on Jomtion's 4-kilometer beachfront road, the public drinking of alcohol in chatty groups is by no means unknown. Locals and expats continually debate the future of Pattaya, the ex-fun city. The Back to Normal lobby says it's just a question of waiting until the virus dies down, and historical tourism will resume. The Neo-Pattaya Brigade predicts that the city will become a family resort for Asians, with commercial sex both rarer and more expensive. A third group says Pattaya will simply lose any character, and become part of Bangkok's satellite metropolis. Actually, they might all be right. A Chinese national and 4 Thais were caught with their pants down, literally, while illegally filming pornographic videos in Pattaya. Boonlua Chatri reports for Pattaya Mail. The unidentified suspects were apprehended, in various stages of undress July 5, at a house in the Gallery Village housing development, on Soi Jomtien 8, off Jomtien 2nd Road. Provincial Police Region 2 officials said the sex acts were being broadcast live, over mobile applications used in China, with video archived for later sale and viewing. The Chinese national organized the video shoot, and had hired the 3 Thai men, and 1 transgender woman, for 1,000 baht a day, the actors told police. All were charged with obscenity and computer crime laws, with immigration and work permit charges possible against the Chinese suspect. A German expat lost 15,000 baht when hugged by an amorous night crawler down a dark street. From Pattaya Mail. A Pattaya beach prostitute pickpocketing a tourist is something that we haven't heard of in almost 2 years. With most of the city shut and in darkness, it's no wonder that crimes of desperation and opportunity against tourists continue to happen in our city. But as they say, there are opportunities in times of crisis and there is no rest for the wicked. On the night of July 7 at around 11:30 p.m., police were summoned to aid an angry 68-year-old German man who had been assaulted in Soi 13-1 on Pattaya Beach Road. Thomas, surname withheld, told police that he was taking a leisurely stroll along the dark and deserted Soi, when he was accosted by what he called a provocatively dressed woman who made sexual advances on him. Thomas said he refused and broke away the intense embrace, and hurried away towards his motorbike. When he reached his bike, he noticed his wallet containing 15,000 baht was missing. "I realized immediately that the street-walking conwoman had robbed me," he said. Police Captain Amontep Pechtim and his team took Thomas back to the Pattaya police station to file an official report. In the meantime, recordings of all CCTV cameras in the area are being scrutinized for clues to the identity of the seductive grifter.